Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another one of our fireside chats. Just got back from Ybor City, the cigar capital of North America, founded by Ybor Martinez. And this evening at Fireside Chat, we've got Vince with us from Magno Cigars. And tonight, to start the conversation, I'm smoking a Magno Premium. It's a four-leaf clover, handmade in Nicaragua, and this is what you would call a petite gordo. So before anybody puts in the comments that doesn't look like a gordo, yes, it is. There's three various sizes when it comes to a gordo or a Churchill, and I'll get Vince to go a little more in depth about that further on. Now, so far in this petite gordo, it's a barber pole with a candela leaf. So the green leaf would be what you would call a candela leaf. Very mild. I'm really enjoying the cigar. The notes on it, a little peppery, a little bit of bitterness, but I think the bitterness comes from the candela leaf.
Yeah.
So all my foodies out there that are into your food, I strongly suggest this is a must go to. Vince and I were speaking earlier, and the candela leaf is very similar. It's bitter, like chigoria would be bitter,
That's right.
which I don't know how you say chigoria in English.
Dandelion
Dandelion. There
leaves.
you go, dandelion. Uh, so that being said, what are you smoking?
I'm smoking a Cameroon
Oh, nice.
wrapper.
That's also a Gordo, if I may interrupt.
It's also a Gordo, right? So if you could see the
Gordo.
different sizes, right? There's actually two forgiving sizes for Gordo. It would be a 6x60 or a 7x60 for a Gordo. And I believe you would have the 6x70.
Oh, this is the 6x7, correct.
Yeah, yeah. And I would have the there's actually two sizes of the Cameroon, 6x70 and then 7x70. And I believe this is the 7x70.
And is that looks similar to a Maduro wrapper? Can you talk a little bit about the wrapper on that?
So the wrapper is actually from Cameroon,
Hence the name Cameroon.
which is one of the reasons the regions from Africa.
Okay.
And yeah, and the binder and the filler would be from Nicaragua.
So
Yeah,
it's an African wrapper,
that's right.
and the binder is coming from Nicaragua.
That's right.
Sounds like a nice taste. What are the
Yeah,
notes you're getting on that?
I'm getting more of a. So if it was just the binder filler and wrapper from Nicaragua, it would be more of a more peppery, right? But because we've incorporated the Cameroon wrapper to it, I'm getting a bit of a nice sweeter taste to it.
Would you say cocoa?
Not quite cocoa. It's more of how would you say it, more of a cocoa would be more of a Maduro.
Okay.
I would say on my palate. Um, but this wrapper here, I would say was more. I don't know. What would you say? Like it's just it's something I can't really put my taste buds on, but it
But it
is.
has a sweetness to
It
it.
is, yeah. It is sweet, and you're also getting a little peppery from the binder and the filler of it. So it's a nice complexion, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's an
So
overall nice blend you
it
guys
is.
came
It
up with.
is. It is for somebody that doesn't want um a cigar that's like overpowering or whatnot. This is the type of cigar that you would have more in the like after lunch, in the evening if you wanted, right? If you had something lighter.
Well, for me, for my
Um,
palate, this would be an all day. I would do this as an all day smoke.
yeah, yeah. So I would honestly say this would be a one up from a Connecticut.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. You know,
that's a great
it's
way to put it. So,
yeah,
to all the
you know,
cigar enthusiasts, connoisseurs out there, you totally understand Vince's point when he's saying when it's one up from a Connecticut.
right. So yeah, I think it's a
Or I
nice.
might just want to add for anybody
Yeah.
who's tuning in and is new to cigars, a Connecticut wrapper is one of my favorites because I find it's the most very mild, close to a medium, depending on the cigar that you go or what
Mhm.
tobacconist that you're going to pick on whose cigar you want to smoke and their blend. So Connecticut, always remember, guys that are new to this, is going to be your more mild. Um, once again, great burn. The ash ain't coming off. It's even through. Yours is doing the same.
Yep.
I take it Mario behind the scenes here, our camera guy, is smoking the same cigar. You smoking the same one, Mario?
I believe it is, but I
Yeah.
am getting what the notes you have. That
Sweetness?
on the tongue. You can just taste it, so it dries the tongue a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I get from
Mhm.
it. It's very mild,
Mm-hmm.
burns well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it.
So this cigar is really interesting. I'm really finding it's got the Candela leaf. It's a barber pole. Most people would identify this as a barber pole. Now, can you talk a little bit more about
or a 4-leaf clover.
or a 4-leaf clover?
Yeah.
Now, would you talk a little bit more about the other two wrappers that are in here?
So the 4-leaf clover, it's constructed with obviously four leaves, which would be a Candela, a Maduro, a Connecticut.
Yeah, you can see the Connecticut
Yep.
wrapper. There's your Connecticut wrapper. This
Yep.
really dark one would be your Maduro.
Yep.
The green one is going to be your Candela.
Yep.
And what's the fourth?
And this one here that you see, that's not quite as light as a Connecticut. That would be a Habano.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah.
What other cigars did you bring that we could talk about?
Well, we brought here. Let me see.
So once again, anybody who's just tuning in, Vince is with Magno Cigars. Magno's located here in Ontario. That's all I'm going to tell you. And Vince has some great news, but I don't know if he's ready to share it with us yet or not.
That would be for people to find out.
Okay, so he's still not ready to share his news. You're keeping us all on our toes here, bro.
I am, because with what's happening with Magno Cigars, we are very, very happy to do partnership with or a not partnership, but a collaborated projects with
I'm starting to understand a little bit something now. Okay,
uh,
keep going. I'm picking up on
right?
this.
So without saying too much, you will find out soon enough.
All right, keep us in suspense, Vince.
You will find out soon enough. It will be on the market, and the gentleman that we are doing this great collaboration with, he will be coming to Canada, Toronto, in May.
Well, that's all we got so far,
Okay.
folks. We understand that they're going to be collaborating, but with whom is still yet to be determined.
So
what do we got here, Vince?
So what I brought for you today to share is a Habano leaf.
It's a torpedo, a
seed.
6x54. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Habano seed in binder, and I'm sorry, my mistake here. It's a Habano wrapper with the Nicaraguan seed and binder.
Nice.
Okay. And then we have a ultra premium, which is aged 7 years.
So this is an ultra premium. These are all, so just by the way, folks, these are all handmade, hand rolled in Nicaragua.
That's right.
And this is a handmade ultra premium. You can see for yourself. And what I love that you guys do is under the safety banner, is what I call it.
Yep.
You guys still have your label, which I think is important. So everybody can see that's the Magno cigar. You can't be fooled. You know this is it. Blue and gold is their colors.
Then we have a beautiful Habano Lancero.
I smoked this the last time we were together, and I truly enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. So again, anybody who likes anything light and mild, this is it. A lot of guys, I've had this conversation with one of my cousins who's new into the cigar world. How you doing out there, Pascual, if you're watching? He was a little reluctant to grabbing Lanciero, and because he figured, oh, that's going to be a strong cigar, looking at the leaf. And I went into what we've discussed and the knowledge that I had behind the Lanciero. So I find the Lanciero, the long, thin cigar, is going to be very light, very mild. It's got a very, because of the length, when you have the pull, it's going to mellow it out, if you will. Truly must do. It's a great cigar. I enjoyed it. One of my favorites. This is one of my next favorites with you guys.
Then we have an ultra premium from San Andres. Okay,
It's
it's
going to be
a
more full body.
more for body, and it's actually it's a Maduro.
Box press?
It's box. We have two sides. Two shapes. We have box press, and we have um, a traditional rounded for those who who want a better the best of
I
both
like the
worlds.
box press every once in a while. Some guys don't. Some guys only want a box press. I like both. There hasn't been a cigar I've met that I haven't liked yet.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
so here we go. Another Magno Premium Ultra Aged with the San Andreas wrapper, and this one's a box press. You can also get it in your traditional round
Or a box press,
or a box press. I
and
mentioned that.
that's what we have today. Um, yeah,
So
for
this is
now.
this is the lineup that we're smoking. Like again, for me, so far this is good. I'll keep you guys all tuned into when we smoke these other ones, and we'll give you the flavors and some of the notes that we're picking up on it. Anything else you'd like to add, Vin?
That's pretty much it. I
That's
mean,
it.
our lineup is we have shapes and sizes and blends for every palette out there,
Perfect. And that's what everybody
right?
likes to hear, that you can cater
So
to almost
yeah.
everybody. Is there anything new and exciting going on in the cigar world that we should all be aware of? Anything
As
up and coming?
anything up and coming in, well, I mean, here in Canada, it's pretty lame, right? With our
Well,
laws and whatnot,
yeah, it is very lame. Well,
right?
you
Um,
travel a lot for cigars. Like I said, I mentioned earlier in our podcast, I just got back from Ybor City in Florida, and what a difference! In Ybor City, there was all these old tobacco cigar factories, if you will,
mhm,
and they were like one next door to the other, and they were all busy. Some had live bands. Some guys had actual guys hand rolling for you.
mhm,
Some guys didn't have the rollers there when I was there, but they had their own version of their own hand
mhm,
rolled cigar. Now, if they're actually doing it or somebody's doing it for them, I don't know. Also, when I was throughout Clearwater, St. Pete's, Dunedin, there wasn't any corner that I couldn't come across to and find a cigar lounge.
mhm,
And all the cigar lounges that I found in Florida, they were all fantastic, especially
mhm,
on the side that I stayed,
mhm,
on the Gulf side. So in St. Pete's, we went to a place called Fusions, amazing place. We went to another place called Ruby's Elixirs.
mhm.
I can just keep going on and on and on. And again, guys, like I was shocked to see how many cigar lounges and cigar bars there are, and your choice of booze, your choice of bourbons, scotches, uh, barristas, espresso. Anybody who's going to Florida, it's a must do.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it beats sitting out in the sun with your wife, right?
But
When
my
she's
question is, why are they so strict here in Canada when it comes to these cigar laws and having lounges?
they just you know what I just